When you hear about unconscious bias at work, what images come to mind? Unconscious bias at work shows up in many different places, but most importantly, it has a real cost for the organization. Employees who perceive bias are 3 times as likely to be disengaged at work. They are also 3 times as likely to leave their current jobs. Today, I will share with you the 4 most common places where unconscious bias shows up at work. If you're new to my channel, my name is Perrine Fark. I'm a best-selling author, keynote speaker, and I help professionals like you become more inclusive. You ready to get started? Let's do this. Number 1, daily interactions. In our daily interactions at work, we tend to follow the affinity bias. It's when we unconsciously prefer people who are like us. It happens because our brain sees them in a more familiar and relatable view, and we simply want to be around people that we can relate to. If, for example, someone went to the same university, we are more likely to have an affinity with them. The key is to treat people equally. To do so means we have to be aware of our own bias. Number 2, in mentoring and development. False assumptions and stereotypes often impact who gets the glamour work and the stretch assignments, and who gets to travel abroad with the boss. Feedback also tends to be delivered in different ways depending on the gender. Gender bias happens because we favor people that we can relate to, especially those of the same gender. We often connect with them more easily because of shared gender-specific physical and emotional experiences. Gender bias can hinder career development. Number 3, interviewing. The halo effect comes into play in the interview process. It is when we focus on one particular feature about someone, and as a result, we view everything about them in a positive halo light, which makes us think that they are more perfect than they really are. So by diversifying the candidate pool and being aware of the halo effect, hiring managers can proactively prevent unconscious bias in the interviewing process. Number 4, performance reviews. Confirmation bias often comes into play during appraisals. It's when we search for evidence that backs up our own preconceived opinions or stereotypes, rather than looking at the whole picture. It can lead to selective observation, meaning that we overlook other information and instead we focus on things that fit our viewpoint. It can lead to unfair, inaccurate judgments, overlook talent, or even discrimination. The first step is simply to make the unconscious conscious. So here you have it, 4 unconscious bias hotspots to watch for. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you like it and you leave a comment and subscribe to my channel. My name is Perrine Fark. I'm a best-selling author, a keynote speaker, and I will see you next time.